Hello, I know it has been a long time since you guys have heard from me, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. I know you're used to seeing my face. I was really nervous to make this video, and I still am, but I thought it was really important to make it. So I sat down and I wrote everything down to help me organize my thoughts so it would come out more clearly, and I wasn't jumbling over my words or saying too much like I usually do. I'm just going to show you guys some speed drawings while I talk to you about what's going on and where I've been and so on. People have asked me a lot about why I don't make my own videos or live stream anymore. They want to know why I haven't used the platform that's been handed to me to make money. And the main reason is because this community, even though a lot of you have been kind and supportive, has been and is very harmful and toxic mentally for me. While I've grown as a person and have become more aware of the mistakes I've made in the past, it's become embarrassing to have ever been a part of Amber's life on and off YouTube. My goal after the breakup was to move on as an individual and separate myself from what happened in the past. But when that audience consists mainly of people who have heard of me from Amber's videos, separating the two while still existing online became impossible. A lot of people know of me from that time in my life, and I have had to accept that and keep moving forward. I went through a lot back then, and I made mistakes. It wasn't the person I wanted to be or who I am now. When I chose to go to Karina Kaboom's channel, it was because I wanted to tell part of my story in a way that was from a safer distance so that I couldn't be accused of being a grifter or profiting off of it just for answering some questions. I was offered no money from Karina's video, and I didn't expect any profit or fame from it. The reaction was still very mixed and hurtful, and I know I can't please everybody. I still felt like Amber's narcissism was being fueled by the people who would attack anyone remotely connected to her, no matter what role they played in her life, even though she only keeps benefiting financially and growing her ego through this vicious cycle. It was discouraging, and I just stopped trying to speak up altogether. Even with the support of a lot of you, it was hard to not internalize the negative things being spread about me by Amber and others. I know that in my Q&A with Karina, I talked about the money Amber owed me. I never did see any of that money and still haven't. For a while, I was in contact with an attorney who claimed to be able to help me get the money back that I earned working for Amber, but it wasn't possible to serve her anything without an updated address. More time passed, and with the distance growing between myself and the public, I just let it go. But recently, I was told that Amber has started talking about me again, and the more time that passes, the more she believes that I'm being quiet because I'm weak. She lies about me because she thinks that she has power over me and that my fear of the public reaction will shut me up and that everyone will be left with no choice but to believe whatever lies she spread. Well, she's wrong about me, and she no longer has that power over me. I want to be the one who tells my story. I'm going to show a screenshot of a live that Amber commented on about me and address some things. But first, I want to point out that she continues to use an incorrect name, even though she has been told that I don't go by that name anymore. I feel it's disrespectful to continue to call me by my old name, despite me saying myself that I now go by Beck, and her being corrected by viewers and reaction channels many times. I'm not surprised, however, as she has never respected me or anything I've said before now. She also used incorrect pronouns, but I understand that I've stated in the past that I was okay with she, they pronouns. I'm stating now that I only use they. So the first thing she said is, when we broke up, I felt bad, so I let her have all the money she needed, but Feline didn't like that, which made sense. She gave me $100, and that's what I used to go get the U-Haul with, and I only had one day with that U-Haul because I didn't have enough money to pay for an extra day, and I was trying to rush and pack everything that I could as quickly as possible, and I was running out of time, so I had a little breakdown and was crying about it, saying I didn't know how I was going to pay for extra time with the U-Haul because I didn't have the time to get everything, and she started laughing about it. So she was laughing about the fact that I couldn't afford to continue to have the U-Haul for longer. So no, she obviously didn't feel bad, and she didn't care at all. And she did not give me all the money that I needed, or else why would I have been struggling and crying about the fact that I couldn't afford to have the U-Haul longer? And about using the fundraiser money on my old car, that's exactly what I did. I got the car fixed because of that help, and I was extremely thankful for it. There was a little bit of money left over that I put toward bills like insurance and the car payment. The only portion used for anything else was the $12 or so that Amber begged me to give her for the Netflix account I'd still been using. I was able to drive that car up until a few months ago because of those donations. I wouldn't have been able to do that without that help, and I will always be grateful for that. And side note, I did not have her debit card on me all the time. The only time I had it was whenever she would send me to do errands for her or to pick something up for her, and I always came back with a receipt to show her what had been bought with her debit card. The next messages say, "Gosh, I could say so many things, but I can't. She said she would sue me, so I have to shut up, but people would be shocked and not believe a word I say. Gosh, I wonder why they wouldn't believe you, Amber. You have a history of lying, and you're doing the same thing right now. You have nothing on me, and I know that. I did threaten to sue you, but that was to stop you from relentlessly talking about me like you were. You had no reason to talk about me. I've come out and said things only in response to you bringing me up. The threat to sue did not stop you, as seen in this screenshot. You haven't said these shocking things because they don't exist. Anything you could possibly say truly would be a lie. I will no longer stay silent if you try to spread lies about me. I've told parts of my story, and it's all been true, and never said in an insulting way either. I have so many gross things that I've seen you do, both to me and the people in my life, that I've kept quiet about because those things are embarrassing or have something to do with very personal matters. Despite how you've treated me, I still have empathy. However, if you want to lie about me, I won't hold back. I'll be brutally honest about things I know about you. The next comment, she said, she had a job that was ruining her back. I told her she didn't have to go through that. I was helping her. I made a lot of money and wanted to take that burden off of her. Yes, in the beginning, she did make it seem that me quitting my job would be beneficial for my health and that it wouldn't be so hard on me anymore. But I learned very quickly that whenever I did quit my job, that it was just a control tactic. She said she wanted to be the main breadwinner, and all the things that she said I would be able to do, like see my family more, those things didn't happen. I was just stuck taking care of her. And whenever I talked about trying to get a job again, she would just guilt trip me and say, well, I need you here. I need you to help take care of me and to help me take care of the animals. She would just guilt trip me into not trying to find another job. And the only things she really would buy me is like food and candy and t-shirts. So whenever I would try to save up change, she would say things like, is that your funds for when you leave me? So I would even stop saving change to avoid that conflict with her. In the end, me quitting my job wasn't about helping me. It was about controlling me and keeping me under her thumb. And she did keep me away from my family. And whenever I would go see my family, she would time me on when I had to be back. And if I wasn't back by that time, then it would be a fight for the rest of the night. And then the next time that I would try to leave to go see anybody else, she would guilt trip me and say things along the lines of, I didn't care about her and that I cared more about everybody else other than her. And then she said, if that makes me a bad guy, fine. I hear your opinion and it makes sense based off of what you know, but your opinion would probably change if you knew everything. I thought I was doing the right thing. If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. Saying, if that makes me the bad guy, is so obviously manipulative. You're framing what you did to me in this positive light so that it looks like your intentions were good when they weren't. You did a lot of bad. You said you'd do things different now, but you haven't taken any accountability. I feel like the only thing you would change is doing the exact same things in a way that would have made you look even better. And that's all I really wanted to say about the screenshot. I just wanted to respond to that so it didn't seem like, she was able to spread lies about me and me not speak up and fight for myself like she probably expected I wouldn't do. And something else I wanted to talk about was I just found out today that she lost Rarity, and that breaks my heart. Rarity was very special to me. I loved all three of those animals very much. Rarity was like my little shadow toward the end. She followed me everywhere I went. And it was hard to even leave her. And I know when Amber talked about moving to Oklahoma, she was scared that she could only find a place that allowed 2 animals. So she considered giving me Rarity, but that's not what ended up happening. And I sometimes wish that I would have gotten her, because now who knows where Rarity is. Before I get to talking about myself, I want to leave some advice for anyone going through a narcissistic abusive relationship. The most important thing is that you don't feel isolated. That goes for any relationship. If you feel like something is wrong, but you don't feel like your partner wants you to tell anyone else about it, that is a red flag. That's when it's important to talk to your friends and family about what's happening. You can get so engulfed in abuse that you don't even see what's happening to you. Having an outside perspective and a good support system is key to finding the strength to leave. For a while now, I've been focusing on myself and my loved ones. I live somewhere new. I have new friends and a new love and a new job that has been amazing and personally fulfilling. I've been finding new hobbies and working through my grief and dealing with my mental health, trying to live a normal life. In a few weeks, I go in for surgery to have a biopsy done on the lumps on my thyroid. I'm happy to finally be taking care of my health in that way. I've been more happy these past few months than I've been in years, but life still isn't kind or easy. My old car finally started to give out on me, and that was nerve-wracking. But through hard work and a bit of luck, I was able to finance a new vehicle. Unfortunately, I've been facing more hardships lately. Winter storms that this area hasn't seen in years had us snowed in for almost 2 weeks. A few days after returning to work, we started feeling sick and tested positive for COVID. I'm just now recovering, but because of all of that, I haven't been able to work my usual hours and have suffered financially. Just a couple days ago, on my way to get groceries, my car slid on ice while driving. The car went into a ditch, airbags deployed. The car landed on its side. Insurance deemed it totaled and does not cover rentals while the settlement is decided. Luckily, I'm physically okay, but I'm scared again for the future, unsure of how I'll be able to keep my job, get to work these next few weeks, how I'm going to get a different car if the settlement isn't more than what I owe, since I've only had this for 2 months, or pay upcoming bills. Circumstances right now are difficult. Before, I know this kind of thing would have felt like the end, like I'm going to lose everything all over again. But even though I can't see a clear path forward, I'm still hopeful. I've never before had that feeling that I could fight for my situation to get better until now. I'm glad that I've made the progress I have, even if this feels like a huge step backward. And I know people are going to say I'm begging on the internet again, but I'm trying to use this opportunity to clear some things up and help myself at the same time. I made this video because I know I can't entirely escape my past. None of us can. but at least maybe I can use it to try and better myself. It will be a month or two before I can make anything from this video, so if you want to help me out, I'll leave my Cash App in the description. You don't have to send money, but please be kind and think of me as a person who is trying, just like you. I'm not sure when I'll post again. I don't know if I'm built for constant content creation. Sometimes the burden of an audience can be all too much, but let me know if there's more you want to hear or see from me. Thank you for listening and taking the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed the art that I was able to show you guys. I used Procreate, by the way. And I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, and hopefully the next time you hear from me won't be so serious. Thank you for listening.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I'm pretty sure today is January 11th. Is it? Hold on, let me go look. Hot damn diggity, hot damn diggity, hot damn diggity, hot damn diggity. It is January 11th. How is it already the 11th? I personally don't know. Time is going by so fast. But anyways, here in the good Oklahoma, it has been snowing, and thankfully it did not snow today. It's still pretty cold, but we had some snow melt, which is a good thing. Okay guys, it is time to meal plan. Yes. Your girl said meal plan. So I'm just gonna use the notes on my MacBook to do that. So I am on the semaglutide, and I'm telling you, like, it takes away like that like huge desire to order takeout. So I've been eating more at home. I'm not trying to be unrealistically healthy. I'm simply just like eating at home, okay? So meal plan is gonna go as such. So I am grocery shopping tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I'm simply just gonna write down all the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. So then I can just go through and decide that way. So what I'm gonna be meal planning is simply like what I want like my main meal to be that day, which is usually dinner. So Sunday tomorrow, I won't have to plan for that, thankfully, because I am having a little mother-daughter moment. So we're gonna get some dinner together. I'm just gonna put out with mom. And then Monday, I'm craving tacos. I think I'm gonna do tacos for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not usually like a leftover girly, but some foods I can withstand the next day. So I definitely can withstand some like taco meat the next day. So I'll be fine with that. I've also really been enjoying like soups. There's this like potato Mexican soup that I kind of made up. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Maybe I can show you guys a recipe, but I'm telling you, so good. And then Thursday, what do I want? Maybe Thursday we can do like a rice type of soup type deal type situation. I have been really craving soups and just like warm foods, comforting foods. So with both of the soups, I do like to use either like ground turkey or beef. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the beef between those 2 days. And then Friday, I like to go to bingo with my mom. So I'm just gonna put bingo so I won't really have to plan for that day because usually we eat at bingo. Saturday is also really up in the air because I like to spend Saturdays with my mom. So I think for that day, I might just put spending it with mom. We did not spend today together because again, it's been cold and snowy. Like the other day, my mom couldn't even drive to work. So my stepdad had to drive her. Like it's just been kind of like hectic over here in Oklahoma, but we're all safe and sound. So now that I have like my main meals planned, I want to just like make a store list of like, okay, what do I need for the tacos? What do I need for the soups and stuff like that? I have been snacking a lot on like chocolates and stuff. I need to find like a little bit better alternative. Like, girl, I love chocolate, but we need to like just be a little bit better. And then for my other meal, because obviously I'm not just having one meal a day, I'm really craving bagels. So I'm gonna need bagels. I'm gonna do cream cheese, and I kind of want to do the whole you guys remember that thing I tried with the bacon and scallion? I kind of want to have that like on a bagel. Does that sound hectic? I don't know. So I'm gonna be able to have that for multiple days in a row, actually, since there comes with like 6 bagels in one thing. So I'll be able to have that for 6 days. So that's gonna work out. But yeah, back to my chocolate alternative. What could I have instead on some days? You know what? I'm just gonna Google. What are some healthy-ish snacks? Cottage cheese and fruit, nuts, fruit and yogurt, whole grain toast, fruit and veggie smoothie, whole grain crackers, peanut butter and banana, pita and hummus. I want something sweet. So I'm gonna say, what are some healthier snacks that are sweet? Chocolate chia pudding, trail mix. I do love trail mix. I can like make my own. Chocolate covered bananas, frozen grapes. I do love a frozen grape. Apple and almond butter, a smoothie. See, that's like healthy. Trail mix does sound good, but again, I would probably just add like some chocolate, some nuts. Oh my gosh. I think I might do green apples and peanut butter. I love green apples and peanut butter because green apples are more sour compared to like regular red apples. Okay, so I meal planned. I'm excited. And then when I'm at the store, obviously, if I see some other things that I could have throughout the week, I'll just get it there. But this is like the stuff I need. Oh, and I need some stuff for around the house as well. I need some more Sprite Zero. Also want more Cherry Coke Zero. Oh my God, so good. I haven't had that in forever, I feel like. Pine Sol, toilet paper, dish soap. I do need more of that. Also dish sponges. I think that's it. Okay guys, so I have gone back and forth whether I wanted to speak on this. I have sat with my thoughts and my feelings regarding it. I didn't want to just like spew nonsense. I really wanted to sit with it. And I've decided I think I should speak on it because it is kind of heavy on my mind, on my heart. So I have gotten a lot of support and backlash regarding like what I said about Zachary Michael. There's a lot of people that think I should literally die and fall off the face of the planet for what I said about someone's mental health issues. And then there's the other side of people who are like, I applaud you for finally like sticking up for yourself after years and years of torment. So I have received a lot of mixed feelings. And if you guys thought that I was not going to see the clip of someone actually like verbally abusing me, then y'all thought wrong. I did watch it. And I've also watched like another clip from Twitch, which I have never watched his Twitch before until I saw this clip. So I do feel like I need to speak up on this because it's kind of a lot, to be honest. And I really wish people would like separate like who the two people are and like biased opinions based around me and reaction channels and look at it as like person A and person B. Regardless, even though I feel like I'm standing in front of a bunch of like people who want to see me fail and who don't really care about what I have to say, I'm standing here and I'm using my voice because as a woman and as someone here on YouTube who has constantly had to just fight and fight and fight, I'm not going to stop now. I feel like I have a lot to say, but I really just want to like dwindle it down into like short form. I said something about Zach saying that like his mental health issues is a reason why he can't upload. But then the minute that I upload, he has a reaction. That is the only thing I have ever said about Zachary Michael's mental health. And to be honest, the years and years that he has spent on his channel mocking me, being insensitive to any issue that I have. I mean, he can sit here and say that he stands up for me for this and for that and for random things, but sure, that doesn't take away the fact that I have been mocked by him. That also includes my mental health. We're not even gonna go to like the physical aspect of like making fun of the fact that it's hard for me in the past to like walk to a tree, or like every time he sees me walking in a video, literally you can see him subconsciously move his body in a waddling fashion. Like we're not even gonna like include those things and multiple other things like him joining in on AmberCon, literally hosted by one of the most fat phobic people there is. But we're strictly gonna go with like the mental health aspect because that is the reason why he decided to literally verbally abuse me in front of everyone and he's getting applauded for it. Listen, he says awful things about my mental health too. It might not be in the black and white way that I did it, but I am telling you, he does it frequently. So this might be like a very small example, but it's a recent example that is like an ongoing example. I have massive anxiety when it comes to like public speaking in person. So bingo, for instance, when I get a bingo, yelling bingo out loud gives me so much paralyzing anxiety that I literally can't do it. That is a mental illness. Anxiety is a mental illness. That is something that I am suffering with. And he constantly makes fun of that. It's something that I'm embarrassed about. I'm ashamed about. Like I wish that I could yell bingo like a normal person because to normal people, it's easy to do. For me, it's super hard. So in a recent vlog, I was like, you guys, I yelled bingo. Like I'm so proud of myself because like I conquered that anxiety. He made fun of me. He made fun of my mental illness. So another recent thing when it comes to my mental health is I expressed at length at the whole feederism topic and calling my girlfriend a feeder and saying that I'm a feedie, that I'm actively involved in that sort of relationship has been detrimental to not only my mental health, but to Tommy's as well. He knows this and he continues in every single reaction, says emotional support feeder. And he says, anytime that I'm eating, it's for Tommy. Anytime that I'm showing my body, it's for Tommy. He's continuing on a storyline that I wish would literally stop. I wish it would stop for more than one reason. I wish it would stop because it's not true. And I wish it would stop because it's detrimental to Tommy's mental health and to my own. And he actively knows that and still continues to do it. He has zero regards to my feelings at all. I even flat out said multiple times that this whole subject causes my mental health to be worse than ever. So that is just simply two small examples of what I mean in like the big grand scheme of things. Like this has been going on for years and I have taken it for years. Like I could have a whole list of things that he has either mocked me for, made fun of me for, judged me for, has been insensitive about, etc., that has been mental health related. But him and his audience has not gave a fuck. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that what I said wasn't distasteful because it genuinely was. But I have been literally low-key made fun of his whole YouTube career. And it's so low-key that like he gets away with it. But even channels are like high key about it, they still get away with it too. Like a good example of that is like me calling Jordy pale. Like everyone was so mad about it, or like the fact that I said that he lives in his mom's basement, which I have no idea if that's a thing. People are like, well, it's a good thing that he lives with his mom and dad. I don't know if he does, but everyone had like every like great excuse under the sun for the reason why he lives in his mom's basement. But yet me getting into my mom's car because I don't drive is like a horrendous thing. But yet me living with girlfriends is like a horrendous thing because I can't live on my own and this and that. But it's like people will make excuses for these reaction channels while literally looking down upon me constantly. But anyways, back to Zach. His response to me was like a misogynistic rant of nothing but like curse words, and just, it was horrible. It was like verbally abusive. If I did that, which I have never done that, people would be like, oh, that's her true colors. There it is. But Zach is being rewarded for this, which is crazy to me. And I feel like it gets even worse than that. He literally went onto Twitch and brought violence into the mix. Whether he was joking or not, that is not okay to joke about. It truly makes me feel unsafe, and not in the way of like, oh, I firmly believe he's gonna come and like hurt me physically, but I no longer feel safe in this corner of the internet. Like this is my job and it was my passion, and it's truly just like being ripped from me day by day by day. I should be allowed on the internet without feeling unsafe. Now, because I said one thing about his mental health, where literally in every single video, he has something to say about mine. He now has made room to validate his insensitivities to my mental health, or just me as a person, as a full ass person, as a human who is nuanced completely. So now he gets to be insensitive in like an exaggerated manner instead of just the low key manner that he has had this whole time during his career. This also just goes to show that no matter what I do, no matter what the reaction channels do, I will always be the villain and I will always be the bad guy. Zach's response to my one thing that I said about him, when he has said thousands and thousands and thousands of things about me that has hurt me, his response was abusive. It was cruel, it was mean, and I have to sit back and like deal with that because of thousands of people agree that that's the way he should have responded to me, when I have never responded to any reaction channel in that way. And if I did, people would have attacked me for a lifetime. I'm truly sickened, and like it has made me look at Zach in a completely different way. I constantly flip-flop with him, but I literally am sickened by this. This community has made it okay to attack one person and one person only, and to literally silence them. And the minute they say one thing that might be distasteful among the thousands of things the other person has said, it immediately made me the bad guy and him the hero. I was simply stating one thing, while again, he states thousands and thousands and gets away with it constantly. Literally calls me a bitch, literally says fuck you, literally says he's gonna like use these hands or whatever, like insinuating violence, and everyone is okay with it. Like it's not okay. I know he's gonna rebuttal and he's gonna say, well, you've done this and you've done that and you've done this, and not take accountability for his words. I know that's what's gonna happen. I know that's gonna be his response because he has done this long enough. He knows what his audience wants. I don't really know what else to say about it, but I do want to end this vlog. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.